Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of When I Wake Up. And this is the first time that I've done a consecutive podcast 1 week and then doing it again a week later, and the entire time that I've been doing this. So pat on my back and pat on your back for being here.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Before we get started, we got the dates. We're going to announce those dates. We got a show on the 25th at Halo Live in Sandusky, Ohio. And then April 3rd, we're doing a live podcast set with the band who this man right here is a part of. We've been going by Wasted Talent. We like Wasted Talent, but it's taken, and we're adding different people to the band, so we're trying to come up with different names. So that's in the works. My guest today, how do I describe this man? First of all, he's my roommate, so this is actually where we live. He's my roommate. I graduated with him. He smells like shit. He does not smell like shit. This guy's super talented. He plays just about any instrument you could think of. He plays keys for us right now in the band, but he's also probably going to play guitar. He's going to sing. He's going to do all that shit. But very talented guy. He's a character for sure. You guys could call him, we call him Krust. Here he is. In the flesh.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Perfect, dude.
Yeah.
How the fuck was your day today? Did you end up working today?
No.
Is poopy outside?
Yeah, it's just too cold. But I'm going back tomorrow.
It's snowing a lot. There was no snow yesterday. Remember, I was sitting there editing, and then I looked outside, and then we had like an inch of snow already, and we were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then it didn't snow like the rest of the day, and then I woke up this morning and there was like 6 inches of snow in my truck. So that was really fun waking up in the morning and having to do that.
I think it's supposed to be like 40 tomorrow too. So
All of it melt and then do it over again and then good times. Yeah. So you didn't end up working. What'd you do all day though? Did you make some music? What the fuck?
Started playing guitar. I was actually trying to learn the guitar part from what was the Mac Miller song?
What the fuck was that one called today that I sent you? I can't remember either. Doesn't matter because they're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that one's kind of sick. That sounds like a song that we would like write ourselves. Like the music, you know what I'm saying? Like the way it was arranged and shit. That's the first thing I thought of when I remember hearing that song. But then I was like, dude, this sounds like a song that we would write ourselves. Tell me what it is. It's That's On Me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the one I sent you.
Yeah. Yep.
And I just feel like I could sing this really well. But you know what I'm saying? That sounds like you playing the guitar too.
Yeah.
Sounds like in here when you're just fucking around. We got to talk about something pressing.
What's that?
A serious issue.
All
right.
What?
So I decided. I told Krust that he was going to be doing the next podcast with me, and I'm like, you want to talk about giants? And he's like, giants? And then I did no research because I've been actually at this time I have an excuse for not doing what I was supposed to do. But then I get home today and this man had like 5 pages of notes, dude. So this guy right here. I think what we need to talk about is the fact that you need to make your own podcast because after we get into this and we start talking, the people will see, dude, what in the fuck? You went hard on this shit. And it's fucking hilarious, okay? So we're just gonna, here's the thing. I know I'm the host and everything, but you wrote all this good stuff and I'm stealing it, okay? So I really don't care. Okay, we're going to talk about the music stuff eventually, but all this funny stuff, okay?
Dude, I mean, they're just like random. Like, I didn't even think about how I was going to answer them.
No, for sure. For sure. I don't actually, no. We are going to, let's start with the serious stuff, and then we'll talk about the funny stuff later.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So, you're obviously in another band yourself. What band's that called?
Yeah, Sparrow and the Lost Boys.
All right. Who all's in that band?
Jay Sparrow, he's the guitarist, singer. Pretty much he's the creator of the group, and then Nico on drums, and then me on bass, so we're just pretty much like a power trio right now.
Power trio. Dude.
We've been having some new ideas going on, but we just haven't really been able to get together, especially recently, pretty much in the last month.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys
Just 'cause-
haven't practiced in a minute.
Yeah, because he's dealing with a son, because he like recently had a son not too long ago. And
Who, Jay?
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't even know that.
Yeah, so he's just dealing with that and like other financial stuff and
Which totally makes sense.
life, you know.
Yeah, you have a kid, and then you're just like, oh, you forget that a lot of stuff has to get completely stopped when you have a kid. And that was their first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, so with that, like, I haven't gone to any shows that you guys have done. Like, how many you guys like have you got into doing shows and shit like that?
I mean, we play like random bars and places if we ever do get some gigs, but
And how are those shows when you do those?
I mean, it's just like an average show. I guess I could say, it's not like you get paid like a crazy amount. Like
I was gonna say average for me though is not any good. So
I mean,
average for
when
me
there's
is
only
0.
like maybe 5 people there.
Yeah.
And you're just like, why am I here? But then there's some times where like, it's like 20, 30 people even, but then you'll end up getting,
Well, I mean, that's
$100, $200,
Right.
Sometimes even more a night.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Which I mean, I'm down with.
Yeah,
I mean,
$200 to split between a couple people or 3
Yeah.
people is not bad at all.
Yeah.
But when me and Danny do a show, we make $7 to split between the both of us, and
that's
we
not
sold
right.
like 34 tickets, and we're like, what?
Yeah.
So I mean, then they're ruining it here. You know what I mean? I don't know necessarily. It's definitely not with the band scene. I feel like, but with the rap music in Cleveland, a lot of the guys that are putting shows on, they're totally ruining it. And that's all I gotta say about that. So I'm not even gonna say anybody's name, but yeah. Okay, you play bass, you play keys, you can play violin. This dude could play trumpet.
Yeah.
You could play saxophone.
Probably
Probably not the
so
best,
much saxophone,
but you could if you had one.
I do have one technically.
Okay,
I just
so
haven't really like played around with it a lot. It's like, it's from a garage sale a few years ago, and then Bo actually bought it for me because we were there. And I didn't have money. He's like, "Dude, I'll get this for you." And I was like,
dude,
all right. Like, it needs
Yeah.
like new pads. I don't know, like saxophones have pads on every like button that you press that like opens, and they're all like cracked. So like I got reeds for it, and I tried to play it.
yeah, those are probably necessary
And
for them.
I'm not
to
a
be,
sax player necessarily, but
Yeah. Okay,
there's
but
trombone, but
Right.
maybe.
so you could play that. I bet you could play drums if you wanted to.
I mean, I don't know anything like too technical, but I can definitely keep
I
the beat
see.
going
I
or-
can't really play drums.
Yeah.
And then obviously you play guitar. So, at what point did you even start messing around with instruments? Because that's a lot of instruments to be able to play and you know what I mean. We're only 25 years old, so we
Yeah.
just turned 26. But
I'm trying to remember. I think I started. Like I swear I started on acoustic guitar technically. I think it was like 2010.
which would be like what, like
So
fifth or sixth grade, probably.
Guess what? I was like 13, like 12, 13 maybe, like around there.
Yeah.
I remember I got an orange bass. I forget what the brand was. I think it said like J Reynolds. It was probably just some cheap bass that my mom got.
For sure.
And then fun fact, I actually broke that bass out
Wait,
of
so-
rage because I got pissed at my mom. But I was like, "Oh, let me break it."
Okay, but the first thing you got though was the acoustic guitar.
Yeah, that
Then
was.
you got a bass.
Yeah, and it was actually a nice guitar. It was a miniature Martin acoustic.
Oh, dude.
And then
Was that like
yeah.
a short time frame in between getting the two?
That's what I can't exactly remember, but like I remember because I did start. I had like guitar lessons. I mean, it probably wasn't for too long. Maybe for I don't know, 6 months, maybe at most.
Where did you do that? Do you remember where you did that? Was it like an old guy or a young guy?
I think it was just some like middle-aged dude. I think it was at a guitar shop. Somewhere.
Okay. No, those are the
like
good
not like
ones.
Guitar Center. It was just
Yeah. Well, I
Or
just
some
remember
random shop.
this kid that I was friends with did one that was like at like a preppy like little place. I don't remember where it was, but he went like downtown. Like I think he went downtown for him. And I went with him one time, and he was one of those dudes that grew his pinky nail out real long to play guitar, or his right. You know?
yeah. People do that.
I
They'll
know,
grow
but-
like certain nails
Yeah,
out.
it's gross. Don't do that.
No.
Just play it, and it'll be
I was
okay.
coming. Well, actually, I gotta cut them.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to.
But
You don't need to grow out your pinky nail this long to be able to play guitar. We got picks, we got other fingers to use. You know what I mean? That's gross. How are you're gonna get a bunch of nasty shit under there all the time? That's gross. But beside the point, do you remember your favorite one? What was your favorite one? Did you have a favorite when you first started? Since you started with both of them, basically.
like guitar or bass?
Yeah. Tall boy. Sorry, guys. I'm a terrible person.
I don't even know if I really had a preference.
Yeah,
like, really, I mean...
And that's the thing, like, that's how...
But it's, like, the fact that I feel like I had both of them around. I feel like I was just, like, playing both. So it's, like, I already, like, you know, at an earlier stage just kind of had, like, oh, well, I can play a melody or something with this guitar. And then, like, kind of having, like, that early understanding of, like, how to use the bass and layer it.
Yeah.
So that was probably, you know, definitely a big impact on, like, just being that young and being like, oh, I can play these two things together.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing.
Like, yeah, I can't really have like a preference necessarily.
You learn, and that's the cool part about it is you didn't like have a favorite, so you just immediately started learning how to play both of them basically at the same time. I mean, you weren't playing them at the same time, but dude, if you had a looper back then, you would have been making loops. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
Yeah. So that's what's wild. But yeah, I mean, what were you listening to back then? Do you remember? Like, what were you trying to play on the guitar?
On the guitar.
Like, what songs were you looking up to try to learn on the guitar since you finally learned how to play it? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God. Yeah, I gotta, like, fucking trace back my
See, like, I was looking up all the lame songs. Like, I was, like, the super corny, like, cliche, like, you know, the ones that everybody knows, the classics, annoying ones, you know?
Yeah, and you're talking about, like, when I first started, like, what was I?
Yeah, like, what were you looking up to learn to...
Oh, I know, like, the first pretty much, like, music I was into, I mean, it was, like, the Beatles. I was always into, like, older classic rock just because that's all, like, my mom and I remember my grandma always listened to 105.7, so I got all that drilled into my memory now, too.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, like, you know, Beatles, Zeppelin, definitely.
See, my mom was playing country music, so that's...
Yeah, no.
And
never
you
really
just,
country.
I mean, be glad.
Yeah.
Just be glad that you got to listen to you were listening to Zeppelin and the Beatles and stuff. Like, I know some songs by the Beatles, but I don't know much about the Beatles or like a bunch of songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I never really got into them, and I honestly don't really love them too much.
That's fine.
Don't get mad at me or anything, bro.
Dude, I'm fucking pissed. Yeah.
Just relax, dude. All right, we don't need to fight. But no, I mean, they're insanely good. But I mean, you don't have to be a fan of everybody. All right, so Beatles, Zeppelin. That's what you're listening to. Those are the songs you were like trying to like. You were like, oh, I want to learn how to play that one.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like all my younger years, I kind of had this problem of only listening to certain bands, and I wouldn't like broaden myself. I was just kind of one of those type of players. And I mean, if you're anyone that knows me, you're like, of course. But you're like, of course.
But now you're at the same. Yeah, you're almost at the same level as like AJ, where you
I don't know if I'd say that.
I don't know about that extreme because he's a little bit extreme. But no, with like the records and stuff and all the music that you do know, like there's so much. And I feel like I knew a lot about music. But then I like hang out with you guys, and you guys can just rifle off these names of albums and shit from 60 years ago, where I'm just like, what? And I have no idea what these guys are talking about. And I just, you know, and I make music and I kind of make myself look dumb, which is fine because I am. So you can look dumb if you are. But you know what I mean? Like you guys I mean, I don't know. You guys could play any record and I wouldn't know what the hell it is. Unless it was fucking Pink Floyd. You know, I'm just not gonna pick it up. There's some shit from back in the day, like, you know, like all the bands that Eric Clapton was in and stuff. Like he was in like ended up being in like 5 bands back then. You know what I mean? Like Blind Faith and all that. You know what I'm saying? Those are all, I listen to all that stuff just because I would like a certain person, and then it would make me like look into all the music that one single person made. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh no.
So what we need to talk about also is the fact that, I mean, you have it written down here, which you know, because we all talk about it all the time. We have all this stuff. We live where a studio is, and
Oh no.
you can do so many things with your fingers,
Yeah.
and you don't do it. So like recording music and stuff, you gotta fucking start recording stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Or else we're just gonna jump you one of these days.
Dude,
And I'm talking everybody, dude. Danny and Brad and everybody.
What I need at this point. Dude.
Yeah, you're gonna get jumped by like 9 people, and you won't even be able to go to work the next day. But guess what you're doing if you don't go? Recording music. Yeah, we'll be in. You'll have casts on and everything, and you'll be like that guy from SpongeBob, where it's every morning I break my legs, and every afternoon I break my arms. You look like that guy, you know, with like your leg up and a fucking. Yeah, you look like that, and you'll have your bass right here, and you'll be like, "It's all right, I can do it. I can do it." Someone just press record for me. But yeah, so yeah, is that like why? Because you'll sit here and jam forever. Why don't you just plug it in and press record on it?
It's.
Is it like a thing where like if you like you're recording, so you like feel different than you do when you're just playing it, when you're just jamming it?
I feel like, yeah, kinda. But then it's always kind of like the worst timing too. Like when I'm jamming, it's like that kind of thing where, or say like if I'm away from my computer, or like if I'm outside and I'm like jamming something, I'm like, oh sick, I should record that.
Yeah.
But like really, like in reality, I should just like, all right, let me grab my stuff and record it.
You should.
But no, I end up doing that, and then like 15, 30 minutes goes by, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start another jam now.
Yeah.
And then I'll do that, and then like I could even repeat it and do it again. It's something completely different.
Yeah.
But
I think
so. I really just like when I'm jamming, I should just have it plugged in at this point. Like just stop, just looping stuff.
That's what I was just gonna say. Is that you just need to?
It's like I know, like I'm literally just told you what I need to do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. So you can just
So it's
if you can tell
just
yourself
the act
that.
of doing it.
Yeah. No. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you jam, just plug everything in and just press record before you even start jamming.
Yeah, and then just kind of pick out.
Yeah.
Because it usually happens, like, you know, you'll fuck up a lot, and then it's just like that one time.
Right, and who cares if it's a 30-minute recording of you sitting there jamming? You'll go through and play it, and you'll be like, dude, that was sick. And then you could take that out and then start your song process from there.
Yeah, just layer.
Yeah. I think that's what you need to start doing, because then you don't even realize that you're recording. You're just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like something like this. Like after a while, we won't even feel like we're doing this. You know what I'm saying? It'll just feel like we're talking, which it already pretty much does. Will Lucifer ever be a featured guest, do you think?
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know if he's outside right now or.
Yeah, I don't think he is in here. We're not even going to tell anybody who Lucifer is. We're just going to call him Lucifer. But no, he's not here right now. So that's fucked up.
Be here eventually.
What the fuck? This dude. Oh my god. The fourth bullet point is, why the fuck is my tongue pierced? So why is your fucking tongue pierced, dude? How much do you suck?
That's a really good question.
None?
No,
None, I hope.
No, it's not. None. I don't know. I just kind of threw that on there, honestly. I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, when did you do that? I don't even remember, and I forgot. Like a couple weeks ago, I saw you like say something or do something, and I like realized that you had it in there, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I think it was either like the end of 2019 or into 2020. So yeah, it's already been like 3 years or so. It just kind of doesn't feel like that. It feels like I only did it like last year.
Bring that mic in a little closer to you.
But
wow, I don't fucking like. I don't think I could do that. I've been wanting to get my nose pierced, but I don't know if I could rock it. Number one, but there's no way I could get my tongue pierced. It'd probably hurt like shit.
Yeah, and it's like, well, okay, so the reason, because when I worked at the radiator shop that I worked at, there was this guy, and he actually had his tongue pierced, but
and he's like, dude,
yeah. No, his was like huge. His was like fucking close to half an inch.
He walked up. He walked up and he walked up and he said, "You ever had your dick sucked by a girl with a tongue ring?" And you're like, "No,
I actually haven't," which is fucking.
I haven't either.
It's a shame.
And you're like, "No," and he's like, "Well, trying to go in the cafeteria." and then you guys went by the fridge and you opened it up, and then he showed you exactly what it feels like to have a tongue ring. So that's the story, and that's why Krust got a tongue ring.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to, dude. I literally just could have got like my ears pierced. I could something else, nothing.
Danny's been talking about getting his ears pierced. That'd be funny. I hope he does.
Yeah, I always thought about like getting like gauges, but just smaller ones.
Yeah,
like it doesn't stretch your earlobe at all.
Yeah, like Nico's.
No, like I don't know.
Nico's, you could put cookie in it.
Yeah,
Nico could put cookies in there. Oh my God, he should totally do that. With like, you know what I mean? Ones that are
or
like,
I want the mini ones, like mini Oreos, or
like,
that might work.
no, they'll be too small. Yeah. Mini Oreos, they'd be like that. That'd be too small, I think.
Nutter butter.
Gotta get Nico on the podcast now that I think about that too. Wow, I forgot. It's a whole. I gotta get Tyler on the podcast. I gotta get Nico. I want to get Jay on the podcast. That might be a weird one, but it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I want to get. We gotta get Brian on. Oh, dude. All right. I just love this. Publicly get it off my chest that I never go to shows and need to finally support people.
Oh.
So
okay.
What
had to happen.
What do you got to say about that one?
Dude, it's just a
this
part
is
of
an this we'll call it. I gotta start titling these instead of just calling it episode 9 or whatever, because that one right there, that'd be perfect.
Dude.
This one would be perfect to just call Krust intervention. That's what this is. Self-intervention. He's self-interventioning himself. So yeah, let's talk about it. Why don't?
Shit. Yeah.
I mean, I don't really either, dude. I haven't gone to
yeah.
any like Hypoxia shows, which shout out Hypoxia. I haven't. That's Brad and Dave and Danny. I haven't been to any of their shows, which I definitely need to because they're good.
Well, I mean, that's definitely like part of the reason I think about it from like 2 years ago.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of them, they're far away. I don't know. Maybe are they far away? Like a lot of the Hypoxia shows. And I'm just not. I feel like I don't
think because I've never been to one. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, actually, no. I think might have. I don't think they were Hypoxia. Actually, might have actually like because they've been together.
Been a few years now.
Like a few years because I remember I filmed a show at
you filmed
Mayhall's. Yeah, I actually filmed.
Oops.
Like a little. I mean, it was just like me. It wasn't like for like them. I mean, I posted it and I was like, "Oh, what's up?" But yeah, right, so maybe once, but
yeah, I haven't seen them. I don't think I've seen them play once, which is fucked up. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean that's also why I don't get mad at anyone for not going to our shows. You know what I mean? I'm not like, hey, what the fuck are you going to show?
Yeah.
I mean, I give Henzy shit, but I give Henzy shit for everything. So, I give Henzy shit for, for
just not coming out,
leaving his red hair on the fucking, on the sink in the bathroom or something. I'll give him shit for that.
But not even that. Just like any, other local bands in general that I could literally, while I'm at work, just look up, be like, oh, what kind of bands are coming in.
Yeah, well, that's true.
What's around,
because we do need to support the other ones that are also trying to do the same shit we are, especially if they are good. And I mean, a lot of the bands that are playing music, that's the thing with the bands and then with the solo shit is like, dude, most bands that are playing, like, they're not gonna even be playing music if they're bad. They're not even gonna be wanting to go do shows with each other if it's really bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like most bands you're gonna see, they're gonna be talented. Like you're gonna see something in them. But like all these rap shows that we do, man, and I'm not trying to talk a lot of shit, but like, dude, there's a lot of people that are not ready to be performing, and that's coming from somebody who hasn't been doing it long. But I know that if I was at that level, I would be like, I'm not gonna even go out and do that. That's also why it's getting ruined. Like, these guys are just putting on shows, putting 40 people on the ticket, and then all these people we're selling 500 tickets total, and these guys are making bank on all these tickets sold. And then anybody who comes there that didn't buy a ticket from us or from me specifically, if they buy a ticket at the door, we see none of that money. If you're a band, you get money from any of the tickets that are sold at the door.
Yeah, they're just like, no, we're just gonna keep it all.
Yeah. Anybody that buys a ticket at the door, it's
crazy.
directly to the dude. And like, why do they do that? That makes no sense. Nah. Oh, because there's 40 people on the ticket and you can't decide to give who to give the money to. That's why. That's why you don't put 40 people on the ticket. That's why you put 7 or 8 people on a ticket and they have a 25-minute set.
Yeah.
Instead of a 9-10 minute set that we get cut short every time, or there's no one there, or it's just like
they just make more money that way. Like,
yeah, they have to. That's got to be what they're doing. Like it's just
like they can't like space it out and have like a cutoff and like.
No, they literally, dude. Like they've been putting 30 to 40 people on every show, and there's no way they're not making a killing on that. Like they are.
So like every week or so, or is it?
I don't know how often they're doing shows. We're not doing shows with those guys anymore.
Yeah.
We will not be doing shows with those guys, and I'm not even going to say their name. No. But we're not. We won't do that because what's the point of doing this? Like Nico said, don't do a show for $0. Like you're giving them money to be on that show, and then you're not getting paid. We went like 3 shows in a row without getting paid from them.
Nah.
Like no, absolutely not. No. All right, let's see here. What else we got here? Yeah, I mean, at this point, dude, I wish like all the times that you could have been recording, like you literally could probably have like, I'm not kidding, probably like 4 albums.
Yeah, I think like I even wrote on there. I was just like, even a single.
Yeah,
like
even a single? Dude, at this point, yeah, at this,
like,
and there's no reason to not be doing it because you know what I mean.
Sad.
We have a studio outside, and you know, even me, like I've been out here a while now, and I haven't been out there to record very many times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And granted, Hensy's a busy man, but yeah, there's no reason why we're not doing that. There's no reason why you're not even just making beats, dude. Even just beats.
Yeah, I still gotta get like a better keyboard. Or a MIDI board, or I can just use one of yours. Pretty sure.
I mean, you could definitely use mine.
Has another one.
You could definitely use mine. You have so many musical accessories and instruments at this point. I don't think it'd be smart for you to get any more. It's going to be considered like hoarding pretty soon.
Yeah.
We might have to see a therapist over it or something. Like I don't know.
Maybe.
You might have to admit yourself.
You think it's that bad?
I mean, you got a lot of musical instruments and stuff. Let's think about how many guitars you have. Let's think about how many guitars and how many basses you have real quick, okay?
Okay.
So you name them and I'll count
them. Let's see. The Alvarez acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
The Fender acoustic. Okay, so then the Fender electric. Yeah, another G&L electric. I think that's all the guitars, and then basses. I have the Epiphone. Hofner. Squire jazz bass.
Wait, that's the Squire jazz bass?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay.
Yeah. The Vox, the Rickenbacker, and the acoustic Dean bass.
Okay.
So
that's 10. That's 4 guitars and 6 you have 6 basses, dude.
That's fine. It's fine.
This man has 6 basses.
Dude, I like basses too.
Bro.
What, do you think that's crazy? Or is it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like a band that rolls around like with this one guy that plays bass. Like I'm trying to think of a good band that that went on tour and like traveled with 6 basses. I'm just trying to think if there was anyone that did that. There probably definitely was, but they were probably all the same. They were probably all the same bases. Yeah.
I mean, I could see maybe like 2 or 3, but
yeah, they. I don't know if they even
double that.
Dude, this guy's got 6 basses and 4 guitars. Holy shit! As if he's an octopus or something. Are you an octopus, dog?
Yeah,
he is.
Just don't tell anyone.
Dude. Oh my god! All right, but then you have a violin, dude, and so like you just have. You have so many, dude. Why haven't I made an album Even a single. That's a very good question, dude. And I'm glad we brought it up. This is all okay, what are all these? These were all influences? Are these good what did you say? They're good actors and good and
No, those are. That's not even funny. Gotta cut that out. Oh shit! No.
not cutting anything out.
No, it's not funny. No. No. God. Okay, I'm fucking.
Oh man. Oh yes, dude.
No, they're
Bill Cosby.
No, they're. Okay. They're. Fucking geek. That was just too funny.
All right, we got it. He's got it.
All right, so
We got it.
They're deaths from people from 2023. So some musicians, and then I think there's like 2 actresses.
They're deaths.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm gonna die,
dude. Perfect. No. Wow, dude. Okay, so these are ones.
Okay.
These are all ones that died recently,
Yeah.
or when they died.
Yeah. So like from like January. Sorry.
Elvis Presley's daughter. Is that who that is?
Yeah.
She died. Why? Who killed her? Did you kill her?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you want to go over some of these? Or?
Yeah, let's talk about
All right.
it.
I just want to like say where I'm not fucking laughing.
Who
dude.
died
It's like-
and when did they die?
Yeah.
And why? We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back after a word from our sponsors.
I think we should introduce it like that. I'll do it while you're starting.
Hi. This podcast is brought to you by Gene's Analog Mix. And on this segment, we like to just give you a little lesson, history, anything about records alike, vinyl, friends, family. A great David Crosby, the late great. This album is If Only I Could Remember My Name. We have greats on here like Joni Mitchell, Phil Lesh. We got Jerry Garcia. It's a great folk, psychedelic country album. Really pull your strings. And boy, what he was a great guy. Our next vinyl we have today. Another great, Joe Walsh and the James Gang. I come to find out today, they were formed in Cleveland. And I do know that this first album was recorded in Kent, Ohio. Super sick, very progressive, little poppy, great first album, power trio, all day. This was our first segment of Gene's Analog Mix. Thanks for listening, and thanks for stopping by, San Diego.
All right, so I got just something else I was thinking about when I was making my topic list, and it's just a group of people, or musicians and actresses that passed away this year already in 2023.
But are these ones that you enjoy, or are these just ones in general, the ones that we were like, oh shit, they died too?
I mean, it's just kind of like what I saw whenever I was just searching for them, just whatever names popped out or kind of looked familiar to me. Like I might not even like know them,
right.
Like watch the movies that they were in,
or
even listen to some, like most of the music
right.
of these people. But it's just I just happen to know them or some songs that I knew from them.
All right, who's first?
We got
Who died first?
So the first one, Jeff Beck.
Who's that?
Jeff Beck, he was a guitarist from Jeff Beck, Bogart and Apis, which is actually that's really the album because I already knew the album. And then my favorite song, just because I'm familiar with it, I'm pretty sure it's a cover, so Superstition. And then I just put it on here. It's probably like the second favorite, Oh to Love You. But it's just, a couple songs off the album.
Got you.
That'd be
these fucking
sick.
nerds would know everything about the albums and everything.
Yeah.
Nerd.
And he died of bacterial meningitis. That's inflammation of the brain and spinal cord membranes. So,
hate when that happens.
yeah.
Hate when that always happens.
Yeah. And then another familiar name that I feel like a lot of people are gonna know, David Crosby from the Byrds, Crosby, Stills and Nash. Songs like "Love the One You're With," "Carry On," "Southern Cross." And like honestly, like another artist that I never really listened to a lot, but you just happen to know like some of the greatest hits by them, and just have respect for it. So
Hell yeah, respectable.
So obviously he was a singer-songwriter, and actually I couldn't find it. Like it said like no information on the cause of death, or they just didn't want to release it, which it's understandable. I mean,
yeah, but then that also seems weird. You know what I mean?
yeah, I actually thought about that. I was like, oh, it's like, or maybe it's if they were embarrassed, because pretty sure I think he might have probably like a drug or alcohol problem like years ago.
Okay, well,
but
then,
I mean,
that makes sense then.
I can't assume anything either. So
Yeah, dude, don't assume it. Quit assuming, dude.
I can't assume. I gotta assume.
All right, who's next that's died? That died.
Okay.
Whose death is next?
Yeah. We got Lisa Presley, which
Oh yeah, this is the one.
is Elvis Presley's daughter, and honestly, I didn't even know, to be honest, that she even existed, or Elvis had a daughter. It was just one of those things that like, I never really thought, like, did Elvis ever
Do they have any more kids?
had kids? Is there offspring? Yeah.
They have more.
But I think she was the only
I want to see what
daughter, but she might have had brothers, and then I know there was from like another marriage.
I want to see what she looks like.
Yeah. I mean, you can definitely see it in her eyes, like in some pictures. You're like, it's Elvis. Like the upper face.
Oh wow, kind of scary though.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Ooh. Oh, maybe I won't, and that is such a tease. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, right here. You can see it right there.
Yeah. Yes, you know what I mean. Like it's not,
No, she looked good when she was young. But this right here that's scary.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'm sorry. We're
We
talking
ain't
about how
nothing
she
but a
looks scary and
hound
she's
dog.
dead, and I'm sorry, and I'm wearing a death shirt, and we're talking about people dying. So let's keep it going.
Oh yeah.
People dead.
Well, that's fitting.
That's what I'm saying. And I looked at your notes earlier, and I had no idea that that's what they were.
I didn't even put two and two together when you put it on.
Perfect, dude.
You just said that.
Death. This is the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll name it Krust Intervention, and then Death. That's what we're gonna call it.
That's a good segment.
Yeah. Also, side note. Sorry to interrupt. You guys also will notice this will be the first episode with an intro video for the podcast at the beginning that we just worked on very stressfully and hard for a couple days, which is very cool. Very proud of it. And then we also made put our first installment of Gene's analog mix into this one, and that's going to be a hit. So when this podcast does take off, that's going to be I feel like that's going to be super popular, and people are going to like that because it's very funny. So definitely watch so you could see that, even though it probably already happened. Sorry, go ahead.
Good. So
Wait.
did you want to hear more about Lisa Presley or
No, fuck her.
yeah? Where'd you want to go?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What she had? So did I not look up either if there was any more Presleys?
Oh no.
Let's look that up.
Yeah. Besides that, for a musical career, she actually made 3 albums, which I got to check them out because
Oh, dude.
I'm
only
kind
had
of
one- that was the only kid.
Let's see.
That was her only child.
Yeah. Yeah, died of cardiac arrest.
Yep.
So,
Wow, that's wild. You'd think he would have had more kids.
Yeah, that's what. I think he might have with. Oh, what?
Other
Where is
random-
it?
Huh?
Only had one daughter. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know.
Elvis Presley only had one daughter. Yeah, there's no way that he didn't knock up some other girls. I
don't know. I mean, he was Elvis, so I don't know.
Yeah,
He's nothing but a hound dog. So.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like I don't know.
Comedy.
My mom loved him. He could be my dad. I don't know. Yeah.
He's your dad,
Yeah, it's my dad.
dude. Wow, dude. Yeah, that would be so sick if your dad was Elvis.
Yeah.
And you just didn't know all this time. Wow, that'd be awesome, dude. I just did you ever listen to Elvis hard?
Not really. I know my mom was a big fan.
Is there anybody we know that like listen to stuff like that? Would Brian listen to something like that?
That's a very good question.
I feel like Brian would.
Yeah.
I feel like he could. I could see him listening to
I was
Elvis.
just like chilling one night. He's like, I gotta throw some Elvis on.
Yeah, I
it's
cannot fuck with it, dude.
I don't know.
I do not like it at all. I don't know what the whole fucking crack was about. The crack up was about. What is? How do you say it?
The crack up? Hype?
Yeah. Why was I thinking crack?
I don't know.
Just thinking about
They're all
it,
doing
what I
crack,
want
that's
to
why
do
they're
right
dancing
now. That's
around,
why.
like-
Just thinking about how bad I want to smoke some crack. Don't do drugs. Yeah, no, I just I never really thought that music was very good. Just that style of singing, like him and like what is that called? It's called something. That like him and Sinatra. Well, I guess Elvis was singing a little bit more than like Sinatra was, but what is that called? I need to look that up. What is this? I have to word it really well.
Style of singing.
I don't know. These are all Google sucks, dude. I word these questions so goodly, dude, perfectly goodly, and Google just says nah, brah, and it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, I worded it. What type of singer? No, I guess that wasn't perfect. But the last episode,
This is light baritone.
no, I was looking up. It was like a style they were calling it.
Yeah.
How he sung, because he's not really singing. He's just like talking and like drawing out. You know what I mean? He's not really like singing if you think about it. It's not just jazz.
Jazz music, swing.
Jesus, almost break the mic. You get so excited about just jazz, dude. It's not just jazz. It's not just jazz.
Dude, it's not just jazz.
Oh
my God.
Okay, but yeah, that was just my point. Is I don't get that era of music, but that was when music was not. It was still young as fuck. You know what I mean? Realistically, it was super young, dude. Just like a couple weeks ago, hip hop turned 50.
Damn.
And I was like, what? It's only been 50 years. Like, think about how, like,
Yeah, it's
like-
kind of crazy to think like how long, like even like any other genre, even like it really. I mean, it was a while ago before our lifetime, but it's like it's not
wasn't that long ago.
crazy.
No.
like a long time ago.
No, I always think back to like how like Joe.
In a way, I mean, obviously, if you're going back to like the 30s, 20s, 10s, like
Yeah,
you
but
know,
like
it's a little
still
while,
but still like that's what I'm saying. That really wasn't that long ago. Like if you think about it, I always think about how Joe Rogan said, he was thinking about like when the Declaration of Independence was signed. That was only like 250 years ago, like 240.
Was that 1776?
Yeah, so that was literally that's only like 3 generations of people. If you think about it, like I'm not generations. I'm talking about like
pretty
lifetimes,
much like lifetimes,
like 3
yeah.
lifetimes.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it like that, that is insanely scary, dude.
Yeah, that's scary. And I always think about that. It's a little off, but like you think like how much time's gone by. You're just like, how have we like only advanced this much?
We've advanced so much.
I don't know. Like I almost think like we should have advanced more, but it's like
Yeah, but half this shit is. I mean, we're not. We're trying not to make this a conspiracy one, but that is. I don't know. I'm not even gonna say it. We're fucked. But we know it.
yeah.
So, but continue, please. Sorry.
I want some more deaths.
Let me see what else.
Yeah.
And you know what else?
I
Else?
don't know if I should-
All I see is Lisa Ann, and that's not actually Lisa Ann. So I'm glad because we don't want Lisa Ann to die.
I don't even know who Lisa Ann is. Or maybe, do I?
You definitely do. All right. That's going to be the funniest part of the podcast right there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So, dude, we're not going to... We can't talk about Giants because I didn't really get to do any research. What I will say about Giants is they were real. And you can't refute me because we're not going to... you believe they're real, right? Wait. Before you answer that, I always shoot Henzy down when he tries to talk about this, but you think Bigfoot's real, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, very simple. There's not a lot of them, okay? It's an old, like, prehistoric monkey that just lasted long, is what I think. And they're so smart because they're a primate, and they don't want to be seen, so they're not going to get seen. It's either that or they're like a paranormal thing.
Yeah.
Like they're an apparition or something. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not like a...
Like,
I don't... No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they like can disappear or something. Like something crazy like that. They can cloak and like turn invisible. I don't...
Oh, no.
Invisible.
I mean, like I definitely think they're like, like a real living thing.
Yeah, I think so. So...
I mean, I wouldn't know how to really... imagine how they look or anything.
No.
I haven't got like too deep in it either, but I mean, it's definitely, I think it's possible.
Yeah. I mean, and the whole thing with the Giants thing is I was thinking like...
I mean, same thing. I feel like it's kind of like a similar category. I mean, sort of in a way.
Yeah. But nobody's seen
it's
any.
just a different creature, and it's not like exactly proven. I mean,
No.
Again, I haven't done a lot of research either on it.
Well,
so
dude, you remember that video that I just showed you the other day? That landslide in Nepal with the fucking mountain.
Yeah.
Let's look that up real quick, and then I'll throw it up on the screen. Obviously, what? Let me see the picture. Wow, dude, I hate the internet sometimes. This isn't what me and you were looking at the other day. Here's this TikTok. I love this guy. One foul wow.
So I'm sure most of you have heard by now about this giant face that appeared overnight in Nepal after a piece of a mountain broke away. So a friend told me that this has just been discovered and he told me to check it out. So when I first looked on it, I thought, I've seen this somewhere before. How could this be a new discovery? That's because it's not. You see, the thing about wanting to believe in stuff, sometimes we can easily be deceived because this is actually a carving found in China, not Nepal. And you can see from this picture that the scaffolding is still on it.
I was gonna say, man, it looked way too good to be. It looked like you said the other day. I think you said that. You were like, it kind of looks like it was carved.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, it looks way too good to be. Like, that's what I hate about. Like, why? Come on. That stupid shit. And then we put it on the podcast, and then we look fucking stupid. See, you fucking idiots that do that shit. This is what you like. You like making people look fucking stupid just so you could get a bunch of fucking likes on your video. And I just said the F word like 15 times. But guess what? I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. It could be a coincidence. It's a distraction. They're like, we're going to make them think it's a giant so that they stop trying to figure out if that giants are real. And
dude, but that's the thing is I really think they were. And I just think that obviously they all died and stuff. And there's just, I don't know. There's, okay, here's a good thought. This is what I was thinking about earlier. Back when they supposedly would have existed, dude, back then, like, the amount of, like, nitrogen and, like, you know, is hydrogen something we also need? I don't know.
What, nitrogen, oxygen?
Like, you know, the amount of that that was on the earth back then was so much greater. Like, all the animals and stuff were enormous. You know what I mean? We had, like, insane animals that were huge. We had sloths that were, like, the size of a bear. We had, because of all the nitrogen and everything that was in that was here at that point is what I think. And then so that would make larger people. Or
anything we have less now, so it's just like
yeah.
it's like by nature, it's like, oh, we can only supply this much for the size.
And everything like shrinks down, yeah. It's the same as like a fish in a tank where it's not going to get any bigger.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that fish out there that we have in the tank, it's not going to get any bigger. Well, it might, but very small, but it's not going to get any bigger unless you put it in a bigger tank.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Just a thought. But thanks to One Foul Wow for figuring out that was not real. After, you know, I circulated that whole video through the whole friend group. Woo! Yeah. So, oh shit. Why?
What?
Why wouldn't you date a furry?
Oh shit. Well, to be completely honest, that's okay. I'm just gonna answer it.
Be completely honest.
Completely honest. Oh god, I love me a furry. No, but no, actually, I didn't even know they existed. But of course, fucking TikTok.
Thank you, TikTok.
Had to put me on an algorithm, you know, for like a week straight. Just
With
every
furries.
time I go on, it'd be like, you know, cool stuff, furry, cool stuff. Like I don't know, like I actually watched it. I mean, not like the full videos, but like someone putting like a mask on with like a time lock, so like they couldn't take it off. I'm like,
No.
what are these people into?
No.
like
So
I
you're
think
talking about
it's like I get it, but
You're talking about the ones that people are like
I didn't
fully
ask for
dressing
this.
up like stuff.
I didn't ask for this. You're like,
He might have, though. He might have asked for that. When he first created his TikTok account, there's the buttons. There's like sports, blah, blah, blah. Da, da, and then there's a button that just says furries. And he clicked on that one. Yeah, furries, mascots, sports, and boobs. Those are the 4 that he clicked on. And those are the 4 that he got. But yeah, no, there's no way. I mean, that would never.
But yeah, for real now, it's just not my thing.
No,
yeah.
you would never be able to do that.
How would I?
I think it's because you're a furry, and you have the one that you have the tail that you put on that's not a clip-on tail, if you know what I mean. It's the one that you put inside.
I gotta put it in. So, what? And then my wife like yanks it out. I don't even have a wife.
I have a wife. Oh, shitter, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God,
right,
dude.
the shitter.
All right, yeah, we'll just end that conversation at that.
Yeah.
So that's why he wouldn't date a furry. Fuck, dude. Forgot about this one.
What?
Woo! Oh, shit. Okay, so all right, I want you to ask me that question instead.
Well, which one? This one? Mm-hmm. Dude, but I already have the answer for that.
Oh, okay. Well, then where's it at?
Well, it's... Oh, I know where it's at.
Where's it at? And we're not even going to say what it is. Where is it?
It's here.
Where?
Dude, didn't I bring this up before? It's here. Like, you know when you drive into Ohio and you see the sign and it says, you'll find it here?
Oh, man, dude. Holy shit. You just blew my mind.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's what they mean. I don't know what else we'd find. Like, how are you supposed to...
Where is it?
Like, people,
Oh,
dude,
my.
like people have been asking for I don't know how many years now. Like,
Dude. Oh, my God. I was not expecting that at all. I was perfect, dude. That's exactly where it is. It's here. It is.
yeah.
This is where it is. That's where it's at. Oh, my God. What is it? Nope, it's not. So don't say it.
You want me to read it?
No.
Ah.
No. So Oh shit. So yeah, we won't be able to talk really about Giants today because I didn't do any research really on any Giants. And it seems like neither did Krust. But the good thing about Krust is that Krust had all these other notes when I wasn't really prepared because I've been doing all this work all week. But so what I wanted to wrap it up talking about, I wanted to discuss the fact that you finished a whole jar of peanut butter like a couple.
I knew this was gonna come back.
So
Listen.
we had 2 jars of peanut butter. We had one that was regular, and then we had one that was like extra creamy.
Well, no, because I like that one because it has
Of course. Of course.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's like soybean or something.
Yeah. Of course you do.
Why do you like that one too?
Well, yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
Oh god.
Who doesn't like the extra creme? Wasn't it an extra creamy one?
Yeah, so like it wasn't as like peanut buttery.
It was creme.
You're like peanut tasty.
It was creme. So. But yeah, no, we had 2 the other day, and I made a peanut butter and jelly on Sunday when we practiced. Was it Sunday or Saturday? I don't know. But yeah, and then I went and made another one last night before bed, and the whole jar was gone, and I'm like, oh, Krust. This man ate a whole jar of peanut butter in one night.
Wait, you're talking about the normal one?
No, the one that was gone. What night did you do that? Was that Saturday night or Sunday night or something?
What is it?
This man just takes the whole jar of peanut butter in his room with him.
Could have been over the weekend or.
And let me tell you,
I mean, at least it's like the smaller one. Like
he wasn't doing what you
peanut butter.
usually do when you bring a jar of peanut butter in your room. He was actually eating it. So, props to you. I mean, actually, I don't know for a fact if you did eat it. So I guess I'll take that back.
the world may never know.
So,
listen, I was hungry though. I was probably like low on money or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know what I did. I wanted that peanut butter.
Yeah, no,
dude.
I mean, not a lot of people can eat peanut butter by itself, and I'm one of those people. I'm glad you are as well, because a lot of people frown upon that. Honestly, like a lot of people don't like that for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like anytime I've done that in front of someone, they're like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, dude, peanut butter's super good, man. Yeah. I will spoon it right into my mouth. Yeah. Spoon that butter into my mouth. I want to let you plug yourself. Throw in your Instagram or your face, whatever you want to throw in there, so we can put it on the description later. And sorry, it's my mic. But yeah, what's your Instagram?
Crustacean, but it's spelled so Krust and then Sean Sean. So Crustacean.
Yeah. So it looks like Krust-a-Sean. I always read it like that. Like I thought it was like a Crustathon.
No, it's just a little pun
thing.
for crustacean.
Crustacean. I like that. I like that better. But I'm still gonna say Krust-a-Sean every time I read it. So yeah, that's his Instagram. He's in Sparrow the Lost Boys, and he is a new member of Wasted Talent. Name probably gonna change. Appreciate it. We're gonna fucking make some dinner probably, because I'm starving. It's already 7:30.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks for watching. Enjoy the first installment of Gene's Analog Mix. And yeah, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. My guy. Oh. Krust. Krust, baby.